بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعزائي طلاب مدارس القلعة الحجازية المرحلة الثانوية، معكم مستر محمد سيف معلم اللغة الإنجليزية للصف الأول الثانوي، منهج Traveler 2 Module 3. Good job. Need some cash. 3A. Need some cash. Page 35. 2. Vocabulary. Opposites. Look at the words or phrases in bold. Find their opposites in the dialogues on page 34 and complete the sentences with their correct form. 1. You should start saving money. Don't space it on things you don't actually need. Saving money. What's the meaning of save? Save, keep and store up something, especially money, for future use. Saving money. The opposite of save is spend. Yes, don't spend it. Spend, pay out money in buying goods or services. 2. Deposit. The good thing about cash machines is that you can deposit or space money without having to wait in a queue to see a bank clerk. Deposit. The meaning of deposit is to put money in a bank account. The opposite of deposit is withdraw. Yes, withdraw. Withdraw, remove or take away something from a particular place. 3. Charlie refused to go on a business trip to London, but I what? Refused. The meaning of refuse, say no to, reject, show that one is not willing to do something. Refuse. The opposite of refuse is accept. Yes, but I accepted. Accept, say yes to or agree to. 4. I spelled the name on the envelope correctly, but I spelled the address with the opposite of correctly. The meaning of correctly is in a way that is true, accurately. Correctly, the opposite of correctly is incorrectly. I spelled the address incorrectly, incorrectly, wrongly, falsely. 5. We had to pay 1,000 euro for a furniture, but the delivery was what? Had to pay. Give someone money that is due for work done. Goods received. Had to pay. The opposite of had to pay is yes, free of charge. Free of charge. Without charge. For free. Gratis. Or given or done for nothing. Free of charge. Now, exercise 3, grammar. Negative questions. Read the example and notice the words in bold. In which sentence does the speaker in the dialogue expect the listener to agree? In which sentence does the speaker express surprise? In which sentence does the speaker in the dialogue expect the listener to agree? Expect the listener to agree. And in which sentence does the speaker express surprise? Express surprise. Didn't you want to make a deposit? Didn't you want to make a deposit? Isn't that the same as a cash card? Isn't that the same as a cash card? Yes. Didn't you want to make a deposit? Here the speaker expresses surprise. Yes, surprise. But in the next question, here, isn't that the same as a cash card? Here, the speaker expects the listener to agree with him. In negative questions are formed with auxiliary verb plus not, short form of not. Not, you can say didn't, not did not, isn't, not is not. Begin a question with doesn't, not does not, a short form of not. Yes, auxiliary verb plus not plus subject plus main verb. Auxiliary verb plus not plus short form of not plus subject plus main verb. We use negative questions to express surprise. Yes, to express surprise. Like, or for example, haven't you been to the city center before? Haven't you been to the city center before? Hey, here in this question, express surprise. Surprise. When we expect the listener to agree with us, we use negative questions when we expect the listener to agree with us. For example, don't you want to come to the museum with us? Don't you want to come to the park? Don't you want to come to any place with us? Don't you want? Here in this question, we expect the listener to agree with us. Now, exercise 4, practice. A. Read the situations and make negative questions. Make negative questions. 1. You are surprised that your brother doesn't know how to use a cash machine. What do you say? You are surprised that your brother doesn't know how to use a cash machine. What do you say? How to make a negative question here? Yes, don't you know how to use a cash machine? Or can't you use a cash machine? Don't you know? Because you are surprised that your brother doesn't know. Don't you know how to use a cash machine? Or can't you use a cash machine? 2. You see a man who you think went to the same school as you. What do you say to him? You see a man who you think went to the same school as you. What do you say to him? How to make a negative question here? Yes, didn't we go to the same school? Or didn't you go to the same school as me? Here the question begins with didn't because the action in the past. Yes, didn't we go to the same school? Or didn't you go to the same school as me? 3. Your best friend buys a new book, but you are quite sure he has read it before. What do you say? Your best friend buys a new book, but you are quite sure he has read it before. What do you say? Yes, haven't you read this book before? The question here is in the present perfect because you are quite sure he has read it before. Haven't you read this book before? Haven't you read this book before? Haven't, not have not. Okay, not have not, haven't, short form of not. Haven't you read this book before? Now you can find another exercise in your workbook, page 28, exercise B. Here your workbook here, exercise B. Read the situations below, write a negative question and sentence with, okay, write a negative question here as in the example here, example number 1. Okay, here your workbook. Thank you.